Professor Daniela Quail, thank you so much for joining us. It's really a privilege for us to have you.
My pleasure.
So I want to know the project that you're currently working on. Can you tell us a little bit what you're doing right now?
So the work that we're doing in my lab is focused on the tumor microenvironment. So that's everything inside of a tumor except the actual cancer cells. And in particular, we're really interested in the immune compartment of a tumor and how our immune system responds to cancer when it's growing in different places in our body, including a breast tumor. Now, different aspects of our physiology are, of course, going to influence the way that our immune system behaves, and that includes in the context of therapies and immunotherapies. And so what we really focus on in my lab is the role of diet and obesity. One of the interesting things that we're finding in the lab is that depending on the different diet that's given, the different types of body composition in our preclinical models, we're seeing a dramatically different effect on immunotherapy responses. So some diets will result in absolutely no response to treatment, and other diets will result in profound responses. So this is really direct evidence that what we are eating, how we are nourishing our bodies, does matter for therapy outcomes. When you're diagnosed with breast cancer, so much of the trauma associated with that diagnosis is about a loss of control. And so I think a lot of my research is inspired by wanting to give control back to women and back to people with cancer. Yeah. And so it's really about what can you do in your day-to-day life to optimize the chances that your treatment is going to be successful. And I think that's the key. And it's a very difficult problem to address because everyone's different. Every body has different needs. And those needs change, especially for a cancer patient, over the course of their disease and over the course of their treatment. So we need to really be mindful of all of these different considerations. It's not just about following the food guide and getting exercise every day. It's really a lot more scientific than that.
That's so amazing. I'm happy that you used the word control because it's true. When you are diagnosed, there's so many things you just have to let go. They tell you let go. So being able to feel that you get a bit of control back, to me, feels so amazing. La Vie en Rose has been working for years into raising money through different campaigns for breast cancer. And they've decided this year to give money to the Rosalind and Morris Goodman Cancer Institute. How important is private funding in the type of research that you do?
So actually one of the things that the contributions from La Vie en Rose actually directly has been supporting relates to a cutting-edge technology called imaging mass cytometry. And this is really, when you get a biopsy from the clinic, a pathologist will look at one or two markers. But this technology allows us to look at 40, 50 different markers. So you get incredible resolution of what's going on in the tissue. And so through our partnerships at the Rosalind and Morris Goodman Cancer Institute, we are working now with artificial intelligence experts to try to extract as much information from those biopsies as possible and integrate patient data like lifestyle information, body weight, age, sex, things like that, to try to start predicting the likelihood of a patient that is going to recur, the likelihood that a patient might respond to a treatment, and what potentially can be done to try to improve the chances of outcomes.
Wow, it just feels so hopeful to hear that, because I know that a lot of women would also be watching this, maybe some of them that have gone through it and that still feel the effects, because you can't just go through cancer all your life. You're gonna feel something related to it. So to me, it's just hopeful. Thank you again for sharing your work.
Thank you so much for this interview.